Yeah, just going to make you host. Just bear with me, please.
Just out of interest, actually, Clinton, Herald, he might have joined just now. Just called me up a few minutes ago and said, "What about a buy the Euro NZD?" Just we were just talking about that earlier on, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll have a look at that for sure.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, just let me
enjoy.
know.
Cheers,
Cool.
eh?
Thanks.
Thanks.
Cheers, mate.
Bye. Morning, everyone. Hope you can hear me okay. Going to start as per normal in a couple of minutes' time. Was it half past 2, 3 minutes' time, and then we can get started. Okay, as per normal, Darby, I think new here. How's it, Darby? We spoke before. Just remember, the name is Roger, Quick Trade Support. It's a forum where we discuss trade ideas and hopefully we come up with something that's going to work. Okay, we will start at half past, but don't forget, interact. Otherwise, I can't assist. If you're not sure, make a note, interact, mute, whatever, but ask. Don't, I promise you, if you sit there, hope it's going to be downloaded into your head automatically. That ain't going to happen. You need to interact. Okay. And then if you're not sure, say so. It's not going to just come out of the clouds. Okay. Just going to shift over to the screen, charting screen. If you can't see, just let me know. Just give it another minute and then we can start. Morning, Paul. Yeah, bloody Dow Jones, eh? Yeah, I know. I must admit, to be honest, guys, I've had a bit of a torrid time with the indices lately. I think the last two, three trades haven't exactly gone the way I wanted them to. So I'm getting a bit sort of nervous about that, you know. I think I had one long out, it came off, one short out, it came off. I don't know. So yeah, sympathy with that, Paul. It's yeah. Think anyway. Bottom line is we're not going to. It's half past we start anyway. Yeah, probably won't be looking at much in the share or indices market, in my opinion. I have my views. I still see downside. It's simply happening yet. Going into the weekend because remember, it's markets closed in the USA. I know the world isn't, but remember, Aussies are probably sleeping by now. New Zealanders, Japanese probably getting tucked up whatever the time is. China, Americans not opening up at all today. And so basically Europeans are running around. So yeah, expect it's a bit quiet. Just bear that in mind. Expect it's a bit quiet. Having said that, look at the CAD JPY signal. I thought that might take us several days to get there. They hit it within 24 hours, the target. So you never know. But as I say, just prepared for a bit of a quiet time. Okay, right. We discussed this morning your NZD as a possible buy. And I say, Gerard actually called up. He's not here yet. And later on suggested possible ideas. So I thought great minds think alike. And yeah, I tend to agree. The only thing I would say is the discrete might be on entry. Do we enter now or do we wait for a bounce off this level here? That's why we didn't put out as a trading signal. couple of reasons. Well, the first one might be a bit quiet today, so I want to just make sure everyone understands that. And the other two, I thought we'll just wait for more. It's just burst through there a little bit. Either bounce back up there or comes down. If it comes down here, what's that, about 60? Yeah, about 65. Can't see too clearly. Yeah, about 60-ish. It comes down to about the 179.60 and bounces. That might be a slightly better entry, but we don't know. It might not get back there. But I do agree and see, and I'm pushing the buy, but I'm just thinking maybe we get it around about where the crosshair is. Okay, so that's got my eyes on that one at the moment. Okay. Any comments? Go back and look at it. Anyone go in now? Anyone hang on or what? Because I say this is interactive. I do need you to comment on this, even if it's only one person. Although I'm sitting waiting and I'm not sure whether I should move on or not. And if you do, the ones who do interact, you'll get the most attention. It's obviously. So what do we do? Do we move on? Do we look at the PRR here? Do we wait to get a better price? Anyone think of a short? This is what a forum's for. We need to learn from each other. Okay, Anthony, thanks for that. We'll move on. Or Antony. Another one I'm looking at is gold. I'm being quite open about the fact don't selling gold by the pullbacks. The dollar had a bit of a jump for various reasons, and then it pulled back a bit. And the yields are looking pretty high at the moment. You might have heard a lot of talk about the negative yield curve. It's not there yet, and that basically means when you get longer term interest rates on the US, not the UK, sorry, trust me, it won't be about the UK, it'll be about the US. The US long-term bonds, like the 30-year bond, etc. You have 10 and 15, don't forget, and you have a 2, 5, and a 10. I think you even have a 7 anyway. But you have different periods on the actual bond paper. And the 30-year bond seems to be not much disparity between the longer term and the shorter term. In other words, the gap is squeezing. Basically means that that's not good. Why would it not be good? Well, common sense again. Like most of this stuff's common sense. You want to tie your money up for 5 years where you can't touch it for a tiny difference to tying it up for 1 month. Clearly, you're not going to touch the long term and touch the 1 month. It's the only reason why you go for a 5-year fixed deposit instead of, let's say, a 1 month fixed deposit, because you have a lot better interest rates because you can't get your money for 5 years. So when they start getting those interest rates pulling back a bit, well, what's the bloody point? You get the idea. We call that the negative yield curve. It's not there yet, but it's looking like it's on its way. And that's not always, but often a precursor to recession. Germany put the hand up and admitted a recession. Europe's not quite yet, but it's okay. It's not great. Americans a bit euphoric. The tech stocks and all the other bits and pieces and the inflation coming down. I give Powell his due. He's put up quite high interest rates, gone up a heck of a lot, remember, in the last couple of years, trying to tackle it, but still the underlying problems haven't gone away. Your accountant fiddling, book fiddling to your blue in the face, but if you haven't got the substance or the foundations to backing it up, you still got an issue, and that's basically the problem. So as a result of it, I think people will turn to safe havens. So what do we got? Number one is gold. It used to be being the dollar and gold. Everything's doing fine. The manufacturer's doing fine. Then what do people do? They go to the dollar. Right. Well, they're starting to get shy of the dollar. Is there any other currency involved? Aha. Yes, there is. Our good friend, the Swiss franc, CHF. Okay. Why is it called the CHF? That's the Swiss language called Romansh, by the way. And that's Romansh is, I can't pronounce the bloody thing. It's like Hungarian, basically. Unpronounced unless you come from that part of the world. Yeah, and that's why it's called CHF, the Swiss franc. But I still see over a period of time, gold will be the one to go to. They like it in China, they like it in India, they like it in the Middle East, and these are big players. So going forward, I like gold. When can we get in on gold? I was hoping for 1990. Now, I'm going to be quite honest with you guys here. I shouldn't really be telling you this, but I've jumped in. I'm afraid being a bit impatient, I've already jumped in. Actually, what I jump in at? So I'm just being honest in case it comes up. Saying, wait a minute, what the hell are you doing in there, Roger? You caught me. I got a bit impatient. I got in at what price I get in? I got in worse than that. I got in quite high. I thought two I was going to hold, and I jumped in at the top. So sometimes we don't always practice what we preach. Don't do as I do, guys. Do what I bloody say. So that wasn't too cute. But never mind. That's my problem, not yours. That's my stop there. Bottom line is, I was hoping to get 1990, but it looks like it's not going to happen. But even it comes back to 1995, we can have a look at it, get a stop loss R out. I've got one down actually. EP 1990, stop loss 1970, and I'm aiming at 2050 as the EP. If things go haywire, you can move that EP upwards to 2-1, 2-2, 5,000, 10,000. I don't know, being ridiculous. But the bottom line is gold, we want to be buying the pullbacks. And so just see what happens. So if it does come back, we're talking about something else and somebody notice it, just mention that. Yeah, good stuff. I just mentioned to Clinton when he put it just now, when he put it on the recording. So we were just talking about this morning when he came up with that idea, Euro NZD. And we'll look at it right now. Yeah, I say great minds think alike. So gold. I'm a bit loath to chase it now. It's trying every time it pulls back. The buyers come to attack this 2000. It's going to crack sometime. Chris is not here, unfortunately. I was going to congratulate him. He's the Rambo. Gerard knows what I mean by that. And I think he went to the US dollar yen, CFJPY is probably out now. I chickened out. Admit it. Hey, I'm chickened out of it. I wish I hadn't now, but he did well. He had the favored fortunes the brave. Well, it certainly favored him, and I clucked out of that one, unfortunately. But never mind. So be it. Happens. I'm still in the dollar rand. I'm doing just fine there. Thanks very much. So I'm not going to jump over the nearest Eiffel Tower just yet. Okay. Right. So if you want to come back to gold, better price or whatever, we don't want to miss it. Remind me. Okay. I jumped the gun a bit, but anyway, there it is. Okay. Up. Euro NZD. That's what the only one I really discussed worthwhile other than gold was this one. Now, I'm just a little it's retained it again. This is a big question, hey, Anthony, and Gerard and others. I thought it was coming down. As Clinton would say, we were discussing this morning in company, maybe around about the bottom of the previous wick there, around about the 50-day moving. Is that the 50? Yeah, the 50-day moving average. Remember, it's the 50 and the brown, the 200. It's in the buy zone already. The 100 acts as another slightly less important support as the others, but still important. And I thought we might get the better price, but look, a few buyers are coming in. The 1.8 round figure seems to be holding. Do we take the gap now? We'll still have a wider stop, or do we risk missing out with a better price? That's the big question. I'm tangling. I'm sitting on the horns of a dilemma, sir. So what do we? Do we go for it now, or do we go half now and put a pending order for a buy limit down there to go the lot now, or we do wait in the lot? Those are the questions we need to sit around the table and discuss, guys, because I think there's a possibility of upside. What do we do? Half and half. That's probably sensible. Let's do a half and half then. Okay. We'll do the market half, okay? Where do I want to put the stop? Just going to crunch it a bit. How far is that? 65. That's too far. It's far too far down there. Don't have to make it that wide, just for the bloody sake of it. We don't want to get stopped out, but I mean, if it gets that far down, it probably would be the wrong trade. 1.7935. Try down there. 1.7935. And TP, should we take it up here, guys? What's that say? 18115, call that. 1.8115. There we are. There's something wrong there. Let's let these guys in. Clattering down, I can't think straight. What's it again? 1.8215. That's probably why I got it wrong. That can't be right. That's too far. Right. That's where we want to go. 1.8120. That's more like it. Come on. 1.812. Telling all you guys to be patient, but might be nice to practice some of that myself, eh? 1.1888120. Well, that's certainly not going to work. Let's not get too cute. That'll do. Don't worry about the last decimal point. 8170 will do it if you want. Anyway, the bottom line, we're talking here 95, call it 95 and 170. 95 rand a micro. That's if you want to go at market. So you work it out. If you've got 500 rand to risk, 4 nines of 45. Is that right? Yeah. 5 nines of 45. So maybe go 2 or 3 here and the other 2 lower round, depending on what you got to risk. If you got a tiny amount of money, you can only risk 1 micro. Well, that choice you go in now or wait, it's up to you. But that's the point here. So do you like that? We'll discuss this one, Davey, if you don't mind. Can we do this one first? Okay. So we'll just save that one and we'll do the pending. Okay. Here's this thing going there. Sorry, I'm making a right mess of this. Where is it now? It's a DCS better, yeah. That's better. There we are. Good. Okay, so NZD CHF, and the other one is pending, right? Pending will be there. 79.60. Don't think you're going to get it. It's bouncy as we speak, eh? And then the stop loss will be it's too low. So we'll have to make a different stop loss for that. We'll have to make it there. One, I can't see on the screen. It's too small. The other one. I'm not using mine. And
75.
60. 1.78. 1.7860. That can't be right. Something's wrong here. Where's this pending order here? Sorry, there's something wrong here. Just give me a second. I'll see. I think 179.60 keeps changing when I put the stuff in. I put the wrong place. That's why. Okay. 1.79. Prefer my other screen. It's a bit clearer and bigger. This one will be stop loss down here. That's fine. And then we'll stick with the TP as it was before. 1 point. I forgot what it was now. 8120, I think. 120, I think it was. Yep. Is this right? It keeps changing. Let's start again. It kicks up like this. It's just time wasting. I've got to stop everything to try and work what the problem is. Right. 1.7960. Stop loss. This area here, which is 1.7860. 1.7860. And this will be this another TP we can make up here. 1.81. What the hell does that say? 8180. It's put it in and see what happens. 1.8180. Right, bring that down. Keep going back to yellow. I don't know, maybe some tech guy can tell me why I won't stay the color. I put it there. Figure out about there. That's not that irrelevant. That's the risk. Isn't it? So that is the pending order one, and that will be 100 odd rand a kilogram. Okay, took about half an hour to get that out, but I think in the meantime, the guys who went at market will already be laughing because they're already up a couple of pips. But anyway, got them out in the end. So if you want to do the pending plus minus, and if you want to do the whatchamacallit, the half or the whole lot now, or the pending, whatever, that's your choice. Okay. And we checked before, I might be an idea. Thank you. Looked at it earlier on, think I missed it. Yeah, I know it's a bit of conflicting on the 4 hour. I get that. We were discussing that, so so it might be a little bit better to get it on the pending one there. That's right. It was another reason why we looked at 4 hour early on. Too busy trying to fight that calculator. Forgot about that. Yeah, so pending there, it could pull back. I'm not sure I'll be joining it now. If you're on board, stick with it. If you're not on board, maybe not join it now. Wait for a bit of a pullback, and then you can make a choice to go to the round figure or to wait for the pullback at the figures on the board there. Okay. Any questions after all that? Sorry about that hassle of calculator. It took somebody long to faff around with.
Sorry, can you please indicate how you get to the calculator again?
How do I get to it? How do you mean, how do I get to it? Have you not got a calculator?
No.
Hello? Don't go away. You asked a question. I'm answering.
No.
Go. What's the... Okay. What was the question? How do I get the calculator? I click on it. Well, I'm not quite sure what you mean. I'm going to worry if you don't have one. Don't you have a calculator?
No, I mean on the little box that you're showing there on the screen. I just didn't get how did you open it?
How did I open the calculator? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, I click on it down here. You see down there? Double click on it.
See. All right, thank you.
No, hang on, Carl. Don't go away. You're getting all shy now. I've got a horrible feeling you don't have it. Have you had the calculator download onto your laptop?
Not yet.
Well, hang on. Just don't back off here. Now, what this, Carlo, everybody here, please don't be shy. My frustration coming out, not to be rude, is people got to put the hand up. You know what I mean? You got one people on the stage standing out in front of millions and taking it. Other guys can't even put the hand up. And you want to be successful. You need to put yourself forward. How to get the calculator? First thing rings in my head. Why would you ask that question? Because it's patently obvious on the screen. So it's telling me you haven't. I need to clarify that. If you haven't got the calculator, you have to have it. Does anybody there go to the shop and buy stuff without budgeting, look at the prices? If you are, you're a multimillionaire. You know what I'm saying? You have to know what your budget is. The calculator's the same. Now, this, remember, is only for the laptop. You've got to look to the app store for the phone. I'm trying to encourage people, if they want to make money, if they want to be successful, they've got to do the job properly and professionally. Coming in with something they're seeing on Instagram with a broken phone, no money, no idea, no calculus, no nothing, don't even go to a class, and they want to be successful. It absolutely astounds me. And it worries me. No, you've got to have all these things in place. Now, if you haven't got the calculator, I'm not just Carl, I'm glad you brought it up. It's so important. You've got to have it. If you don't, you're going to lose money. You can't blame me. You can only blame yourself. You can't blame Cyril Ramaphosa, the ANC, the DA. You can only blame yourself. You've got to have the calculator because you've got to know what the volumes are. Because otherwise you're going to go broke. I've been putting this polite for the last several years, and it doesn't seem to be sinking in. If you don't get your position size right, you don't learn your stuff, you might as well stop right now because you will lose money. I'm trying to get people to make money, and if they can't do the basics first, it's not going to happen. Don't rock up and tell me you're a car mechanic and bring along a glass or rubber bloody hammer or whatever. You've got to have this properly sorted, and that's where to help. And I can't help unless you do what Carlos, thank you very much, did, put his hand up and ask the question. So that is vital. You must have the calculator. How do you get it? Right. Go to the live chat. Where do you get the live chat? If you're not aware of it, you go to the portal or the website, Stock Market College, I don't know, Quick Trade or whatever. go to the live chat there, go to technical support, and they'll assist you to download onto your computer. And when they've done that in the navigator box, it appears there. So all you do is double click, put the figures in, and away you go. It's as simple as that. But if you need to be aware of it so you know where to turn. And that's why I try to help point you in the right direction. I can't point you in the right direction if you don't ask. And I've discussed a lot of the other guys, and about 20% of people put their hand up, the rest don't, until they lose money, and then you start blaming everyone else. It's not our fault, it's yours. It's your money, it's your responsibility. Help me place a trade. That's what platform's training for. What's a pip? That's what the classes are for. You get the general idea. We need to get those things sorted out, and I can help you if you help that. Never mind I'm loud, I'm on your side. That's why I'm being strong on this. You can't make money with a plastic sodding hammer. Please, carry on.
No, thank you very much. I will go and collect it. So
Do it.
this is my first time trading, so I need to know.
Oh, absolutely, Carlo. First time. But I'm the first time, and you asked. I'm actually want to hug you. It's fantastic you've done it. I think don't trade, Carlo. Do not trade until you got the calculator, because you get a signal. I'm not right all the time. You ask Gerard. I might say, wait, he's gone and he did it. A good example was yesterday. I chickened out of 2 trades. Chris went for them and he did very well. So you need to say, that's a trading signal. All right, it's from myself. I'll put my hand up on that one, but just check it out. You might think, I don't know where we got that one from. I think it's a seller. I think so. I don't agree. Or if you're in the trade room, say, Roger, you know, why the hell are you going for that one? Don't have to be too polite. You don't be bloody rude though. But you say, honestly, Roger, why are we looking at a seller or buy on that one? And I'll put forward, oh, I see what you mean, or hang on a minute, or whatever. And then we can discuss it. And I think, oh my goodness, Carla, you're right there. Oh my goodness. And then you can take the mickey, as long as it's all in fun. You heard me teasing Farney and Gerard and the guys a lot. You can tease me. It's all in fun, and we can learn from it. So yeah, hope you're not trading without a calculator. If you're going in willy-nilly without the slightest clue what volumes are doing, it's like coming back to your wife after you've done the shopping, or vice versa, and wondering why instead of getting a hug, you're getting a snot clop because you can't pay the rent because you blew it in the shop without looking at the budget. Same principle. Okay, hope that's all clear. Morning,
everybody. I just have a question with this Euro NZD.
Yeah.
You see, on the 4 hour, it's testing on the 200-day moving average.
204-hour moving average. Yeah, go on.
Okay, so on a daily, can you please go to the daily? So I don't know what the blue line, if it's the 50-day moving average.
No. Yeah, good point. Sorry, that blue line there is the pending order. Ignore that. This blue line here, make sure it should be okay. It's not that. I'll give you a due. Actually, it's not that differential, has it? Maybe we should change that color. No, the blue is the 50. Yeah.
Yes. So if it's testing, if it can test the 50, what's to stop it to test the 200-day moving average?
Nothing at all. That's why you have a stop loss.
Oh, okay.
You got it, mate. I like it. You're caught on. Yeah, keep that sense of humor, Jacob. I love you. It's so important. I don't know how people cope through life with a sense of humor. I tell you what people laugh at the most is when someone's being honest. People are so brought up the culture of BS. When somebody says it straight, they look aghast and always laugh at embarrassment. Yeah, no, if it hits there, you're going to get stopped out. Can't say fairer than that, can you? Straightforward, eh? Brilliant. Yeah, I think it's going to hold. I'm back in the euro at the moment, NZD, and I see a bit of a range trade there. Get these guys here, bit of a range trade at the bottom of that range, not on its own. I've got a bit of a 100-day moving average there, a bit of protection for the 50, and I got a bit of protection here as well. If it comes right down there, I'll be interested to know what's to drive it. But if it does, you're not going to be on board, are you? You're going to be stopped out. You're going to be cursing me, cursing yourself, and cursing the government, and probably your wife and kids and the dog. But you hopefully won't be on board. If you're still on board there, you're going to be doing more than cursing. You're going to have sleepless nights because you didn't have a stop loss. A lot of guys still trade on a stop loss. That's their choice. I'm not sure I'm in favor of it, but anyway. Okay, so Jacob, fantastic. You see what I'm getting, guys? Had a bit of a laugh there. We all learned no harm. I'm trying to get people to interact. Okay, you don't have to; it's your choice. But that's fair enough. But if you're not taking notes and you don't understand, don't go in the live chat and expect someone to help you. If they can't, they're not allowed to. On trading, they can the other stuff, trading anyway. And if you and I'm not, if I can't explain to you here, I can explain to you on the WhatsApp or a live chat clearly. Okay, it's all fear. It's not nothing to do with intelligence or it's all fear. Must overcome this, overcome it, but handle it. Okay, good stuff. So there we are. It did slightly conflict on the 4 hour, but on the daily, that's good enough for me, and that's what we discussed. And Clinton liked it, and what should we call it? Liked it. Gerard liked it, and so there we are. The problem is all that chit chat been going on about there. I think wait for a pullback for you join it, but it looks like the 50. Sorry, the 100. Sorry, the 100 is holding. Okay, but there's the information. Make your choice. Okay. What am I going to do after all that? I often forget to put the trading because I'm so busy chit-chatting. I'm not going to go in now. I'm going to wait. If it bounces back, I might go in, or if it comes through there again, I might wait and go for that one. But don't worry about me. I've got a few trades open, so that's my problem, not yours. Okay, good stuff, guys. Right, NZD. Have I missed anybody there, by the way? Before we go to that, Darby came up with something. Euro USD. Pronounce right, Darby. Yeah, Euro USD. Okay, where are we? Yeah. Well, clearing the buy zone, no problem there. What's my problem? My problem is I'm a little bit wary of the dollar. Do I think it's going to weaken go forward? To be honest, yes, I do. Am I positive on the dollar? No, I am not. Used to be, not so much anymore. So I'm not that positive on the dollar, but I'm not over the top positive on the euro. At the moment, I quite like the euro, but I'm not over the top on it. But I will give it if I'm going to back one of the two of them, I'll back the euro of the dollar at the moment. Right. So having said that, you lot to sell it. Let's have a look before I get too cute on that. No, I'm not so keen. The buy zone, I'm keener on the euro and the dollar. It came off a bit and bounced. Let's say it pulls back. We're going to sell it, pulls back. How far did it pull back to here? What does that give us? 50 pips. 50 pip target. We're talking about a 25, 30 pip stop loss. That can be done, but it's pushing the boundaries a bit tight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not that confident that is going to occur. It's a bit of a mid-range as well. And is that what you call it? Not movement, momentum. If that momentum on the green candle there, has it stopped yet, or does it continue further? You hear what I'm saying, guys? A lot of ifs and buts, and not a lot of yes, let's go for it in it. You see what I mean? It could go up a little bit further. I'm a little bit more positive. Would I go and buy it? No, because I want to buy it down here than there. So I'm looking more of a buy, but I'm not too sure that I want to go in now. In fact, I am sure I don't want to go in now. Looking for sell perspective, selling the stronger of the two. It's in the buy zone. It's halfway house. Not much of a target. Not much meat in the bones. You put the stop up here. You're having you're risking 1 rand to make 9 rand. Is that clever? You get the idea. So for putting that together, Darby, thanks for the idea. I want to encourage people to do it. It's not a ticking off, far from it. You can tick me off with pleasure, but the point is, it's when Gerard, you know me. When I tease you, it's just having fun. It's banter. It's just guys together. You know what I mean? But my opinion on this one, Darby, is thanks for your contribution, but personally, I would leave that alone for the reason I gave. Now, Darby, I don't know how long you've been doing it, but he might just be starting. So what I would like to do is ask somebody like Gerard and Tony, Zeph, to give their opinion. You're fairly confident, guys. If you want to unmute, what a pleasure. Do that. If you're too shy to do it, no, Zeph ain't. But if you're too shy to do it during the live chat, I would like to hear your opinion. If it conflicts with mine, don't worry about it. Say, oh, I mustn't do that in front of Roy. Yeah, you absolutely must. I'm humble. I'll learn from you. I might sound loud, but I'm humble, believe it or not. So what do you think, guys? Leave it alone, a sell or a buy? I'm an LIA. Anybody sell or buy this one or an LIA? What do you think, guys? And what reasons would you come up with? Because I might be completely wrong. You've got to accept that. Everyone must accept that, or they'll be 100% right, which none of us are. Okay. In a nutshell, I took about 20, 50 words to say that. I'll rephrase that. I favor the euro, but dollar is too unpredictable currently, so leave it alone for now. All right, that just summed up half a mile of my chit chat. Talk about on point, exactly. Nice one. That's Roger for you. Why use one word when 150 will do, eh? Nice one, Gerard. That's the answer. There you are. I should put my verbosity through a gearing, eh? Yeah, thanks for your support, Gerard. Yeah. We all got goods and bads. One's definitely not silence. So, right, thanks, Gertrude. Right, now, Gertrude, leave alone for now. A buy, I think, probably unpredictable, absolutely. But I'm leaning towards the buy if I'm going to do this, but not right now. Okay, there you are, Darby. Now you see, guys, the value of why we're here. Because, Darby, I'm getting the impression you haven't been doing this long. If I'm wrong, I beg your pardon. You might be doing 10 years for all I know. I don't know. But the point I'm trying to make is I don't care if you're doing 10 years or 10 minutes. When you've got a forum discuss, it gives you confidence. Now, let's say it was the other way around. Gerard, Antoni, Gertrude, myself, Brian, Carlo, Corley, I'm seeing the names, Dion, all there. Fine, he's not here at the moment, whatever. All said, we like when they go for it. What do you think you're going to do? You've got the camaraderie of morality to go for it. You see what I mean? That is the beauty of what I'm trying to achieve here. Trying to see proper trading principles and getting away from, quite frankly, the a large amount of BS that's going out there in the social media, if you see what I'm saying. And Zeph will back me on that, I know. And Selby sees that as well. And it's not just saying because I say it. These guys have done it before. Gertrude have done it before. I know that because some comments they make, I know they're learning it. So they're saying it because that's their opinion. It's not just agreeing with me. It's not a dictatorship. This is a democrat. It's a democracy. Okay. With the slight proviso that if you don't agree with me, you'll be shot at dawn. Okay. Just joking. Okay. All right. Moving along. Right. Anything happening on gold? No. Right. It's pretty quiet. I think it might be wise. Look at indecision on the hourly, indecision on the hourly. See if you get the 990. But if you're already in, I wouldn't panic. But if you're not in, maybe be a bit more so at 1990. Okay. Right. Thank you, guys. Thanks for those questions, and especially yours, Carlo, because a lot of guys are starting, they're that scared, they won't ask. And months down the line, they're battling because they're too scared to ask that something as simple as that to fix. You know what I mean? Simple as that. Why am I always going the wrong way? Well, what about turning around, going the other way? Do a 3-point turn. Simple as that to fix. You get the idea. And the Jacob giggle there, keep your sense of humor. You just lost it, come back. Okay, right. Let's just do the trades we got out. Let's go check on the mailbox. Let's see what we're doing there. We try to go back and recheck the ones we've actually sent out to see how they're doing. We start the NZDCHF, that's at 35 to go in. Let's have a look at that guy there. Probably easier just to zoom in a little bit. Not that much. Okay, it's popped up a little bit. You can see it's popped up 10 pips, but it seems to be holding there. Remember, it doesn't matter if it's popped up 100 Rand or 500. How are you doing? I'm up 1,000 Rand. Doesn't mean anything because I mean, as I say, everyone's got different balances. It's the pips. So if you've got a 10 million Rand, 1 million Rand, or 1,000 Rand, 10 pips are 10 pips. So it's basically 10 pips to the negative, but I don't think that's anywhere to panic as yet. There's an inner trend line and outer trend line I put in there. Yeah, I wouldn't be so circumspect of trend lines, but they have their use and I put them anyway. Bottom line, and what I'm saying is, look at that trend line, the inner trend line. It seems to be holding. It seems to be a little bit of range trade, a quiet day so far, but 10 pips, I'm not panicking. Stick with it. And rejected it, yeah. So I'm sticking with it. Yeah, Carlo, I first admit, Paul, you're right, Joubert. Paul Joubert, that is, you're right. He put a little signal there on that, sort of crying, yeah. I haven't had, I'll be honest, I've done very well out of both of them, hopefully makes you feel better. I mean that. But lately, my indices trades haven't been that great. And I will, maybe I'm making excuses, I probably am, but the market is a bit strange at times. So anyway, it happened. Okay, I'm still downside the NAS, by the way, but I think leave it with the Thanksgiving coming up, the weekend coming up tomorrow. I think we'll leave indices well alone till Monday. Hope we're agreed on that. Okay, so it's about 10 pips a negative, but that is not yet time to panic. What was the other one? EURGBP. When do we get in on that one? Was the 8709. Not much, very quiet, but at least it's in the blue. So this is about 10 in the blue. The other one's 10 the red, even Stevens. We'll have a look. No, sorry. Don't touch shares. We can look at it, but rather look at them tomorrow. The market's going to be closed today. So any discussion we talk about today, be honest, Gerard, almost certainly be out of doubt. And being tomorrow, going the weekend, hangover from Thanksgiving, I'm prepared to say not 100%, 99%, but I'm 90% certain I'm not looking at shares till Monday. So what's the point of getting a fantastic share to look at and it's completely out of date by Monday? So I think we'll just give shares a bit of a cool off and discuss Monday to see if we can find it, but keep that thought in mind. Okay. But Disney is a possibility of a sell. I agree. Gee, I quite agree. There's a few of them. I'm expecting pullbacks on the NAS, despite the Dow going wrong. I'm still sticking with that strategy overall. We'll look again on Monday. Okay. Right. Okay. So Euro GBP up a bit. The other one's down a bit. Even Stevens, fair enough. CAD GPY, forget it. That hit the target, the TP. So all out of that. What a pleasure. EUR CHF. That seems to be about as exciting as me droning on, I suppose. Not much happening. Yeah, what do we get in on that one? Well, that's not too bad, I suppose. 76.32, not too bad. Why didn't I know that? I've already in the CHF before. I tell you what, guys, how long do you think you'd like to be in? I've been in this thing for over a couple of weeks now. Yeah, I've been stuck in this thing a couple of weeks, and so I'm just riding it out. I'm okay. I haven't modified the stop. I haven't done anything stupid like modifying my stop away and holding on with a stop loss and running with my losses. None of that. It's just been a bit slow for me. But anyway, for you guys going at that particular level, I'd just like to submit these guys here. Yeah, you're in a bit of a profit. It might be an idea to modify to break even, so you can't lose in the trade and hopefully get some movement downwards. This isn't a profit. What's the next one? Euro AUD, least says out the better. Got stopped out, stopped out. GBP USD. It was giving us a lot of jip, this thing, a lot of jip. But eventually got the profit, and I took it, to be honest, just as bloody well. I took it right about 124.56, I can't remember. And I took the gap. So I'm out of that one. Okay. Do you want to go back into it as a sell? No. Do I want to buy it? I'm not so bloody sure about that. But I'm more sure about a buy and a sell. So you're in the GBP USD, well, I'm not too happy with it, to be honest. I'm out of it. I hope the guys, when you saw a bit of a profit after suffering, you took it, because I'm leaning now towards the upside. Leaning towards nowhere near a signal, nowhere near suggesting you buy it. But it seems to be the 200's holding, the 100 is holding, and the US dollar is coming off a bit, and I'm iffy on it. I think we might have some upside on this. But that being as it may, if you're out, great, leave it alone. If you're still in, well, keep your fingers crossed. It did come right at the end. But in my opinion, at this stage, like myself, if you see a profit, grab the bloody thing on this one. Okay. Right. Brent's jumping around. I want to discuss oil with you guys. Leave it alone, by the way, but let's discuss that. Right. Brent, the 26th November OPEC meeting has been postponed to the 30th. Why they been postponed? Didn't actually give the reasons, but almost certainly, it's a supposition, but I'm pretty sure it's right. The major player of OPEC, apart from the Saudis, is Russia. The problem with Russia is all very well have a big income, but if you've got big expenses, you've got a bigger problem. The guy's got a big income and small expenses. You know, Joe with 100 grand a month with 10 grand expenses is a lot better off than Bill with 100 grand a month and 90 grand a month expenses, obviously. Now, Russia manufactures squat, but it's got phenomenal bloody, military it's got to look after. enormous amount of bureaucrats it's got to look after, and the most expensive lot is the war. In case anyone didn't know that, war is not cheap. So never mind the moral part of going around killing people. On top of it, it's an expensive bloody thing to do, going around murdering people. So any potential murders in the trade room, just a bit of a suggestion here. It's a very expensive, so make sure you made a lot of money if you're in the murdering mood. But I'm making a bit of a joke of it, obviously. So all those costs are nailing so they're obviously pushing and faffing around a bit by extending the reduction of 1 million barrels a day, and even the talk of reducing it further to get the oil price back up for that, because that's what they want, obviously, as a producer. Right. Saudi doesn't have that, they have the income without those kind of expenses, remember that. So that's a bit of huffing and puffing on that. So first thing first, they got to nail down, are they going to extend it to past December, the cut, or are they going to not only extend it, increase? That'll have a major effect on the oil price. So if you want to trade oil up to that point, good luck. That's all I can say. Unless you're range trading. If the spreads are not too bad on it, it was about a 5-cent spread. That's not too bad. 5-cent spread's actually okay. So spreads are not that wide, so you could probably range trade if you want. Maybe sell it. This is the daily chart here. Maybe sell it here, stop up there, down to here, get out, buy it up there if you want. But that means you've got to be in front of it. It's quite time consuming, and you never know. And if you've got a job to hold down elsewhere, don't bother. So for that reason, other than maybe a scalper, I would leave it alone for the time being. Are we good with that, Jacob and company? Are we happy with that analysis? More to the point. If not, we'll go over something else and hear your opinion. Yeah, happy with the analysis. Good. Now, I always ask you that because you might disagree. I mean, Jacob's traded before, and he often comes up with stuff like you point out the 4-hour. That's what I want you to do. That's great. Okay, right. Should we raise our little? We haven't got much to play with today, so we might as well revisit our Euro NZD. I'll be honest, guys. Maybe I'm jumping the gun. I can be a bit impatient. You maybe have to slow me down a bit here. But to me, at the moment, I know it's a slow day or whatever. But remember, this is not a dollar, and there are traders in Europe awake. Euro's a big zone. There's a lot of money in that zone. And it seems to be respecting that 100-day moving average. I'm just start thinking it's likely not to pull back enough for the pending guys. Oh, that's 3 o'clock. That's right. Yeah. Don't forget, 3 o'clock today, interest rate decision. It's going to be a tough one for, I can't pronounce his name, so I'll call him LK. It's going to be tough for LK. Those who can pronounce, well done. John Smith is my limitation, guys. So LK is coming out with this stuff, and I should suddenly pull back. Maybe patience is the name of the game. What's it happening now? What the hell happened there? Suddenly pulled back 10. Just as Obermauer was saying, we can be a bit impatient. What do you reckon? The thing pulls back 10. Maybe there's an omen out there. Wait for the pullback. Good. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, it's a tough one for him because they say the CPI on the RAM wasn't on the colony wasn't that good, was it? It's approaching, it's what, 5.9, approaching 6% parameter. I'm not sure he's going to do it. It's they're suffering too much over here without another interest rate increase. I think he's gonna leave it. Didn't he come out there? Didn't he come out the euro? Suddenly I see the euro and it's a few things jump suddenly. Didn't he come out now? Somebody suddenly woken up. Not really. Maybe some later guys open the markets at 10 instead of 9 our time. I don't know. Suddenly we got a bit of a jump on stuff. Don't know what happened there. Show what I mean. Look at another screen there. The NZDCHF. Look at it on the 15-minute. Look at this. It suddenly jumped up in the last, 16 minutes. 6 pips, don't panic. Bloody hell, only it looks like a lot, doesn't it? It's only about 6 pips, okay. Yeah, French flash. Ha, Mike O, is that right? Where we are then. Thank you. Maybe it's didn't important enough because let's just flashed across. Thank you, Mike. Because don't name me on my. Have you all got the economic calendar? That's a good point. Let's just post it for in case you haven't. So give me time here. There's all this clutter on here. I've got to move it all around to get at it. What's this thing? There we are. Okay, that's the economic calendar, and don't forget this is a dollar index. Just give me a moment. Won't take long enough, but I think you all got it. But just in case, like Carl didn't have the calculator. Don't have the calculator. A lot of guys might have this. You've got to have these, and I'll give the yields on the 10-year note. That'll tell you whether it's a good idea to jump into shares, indices, and gold and that sort of thing. Very important. And Germans come up as 10. That one I do have, yeah. And my name, as per look, please, only if you've got a funded account with and funded. I don't, and 20 rand is not funded, guys, please. And it worries me anybody thinks that isn't funding. If anyone can put up an argument to trade with 100 rand, I think they should suggest maybe, to put this politely, search careers elsewhere because that's patently ridiculous. Okay, right. Okay, thanks. That might be it's got a sudden jump. Let's come back over here. It seems to be sideways. Okay, well, okay, so trades aren't too bad. 1 or 2 hiccups, others not too bad. If you're in, let it run. Remember, it's going to be a bit quiet. Euro NZD. Oh, that's right. We'll talk about that, won't we? Euro NZD. That's jumping around as well. To be honest, I'm inclined to go for it. What do you think about that? Quick look at the EuroCAD. I'm inclined to go for it. Yeah, I would agree. I'm just a little bit worried. Mind you, when's the 30th? What's the day? It's a week's time, isn't it? So I shouldn't really panic about that. I'm thinking about the oil, by the way, from when I'm talking aloud there. Let's have a look. Okay, the 10 days seems to be holding a bit of support there. I take your point. What's the weekly got to say for itself? A little bit of support there in the buy zone. Just the daily's definitely in the buy zone, right? 4 hour. It's seem to respect. I don't know what these guys are here. No. Seem to respect the 200 times 4. I'll give you that. Bit of indecision on the 4 hour. How old is 4 hour? 2 hours, 20 minutes old. Bit of indecision, but that's the market. That's just Thanksgiving, so I won't panic on that. Sorry, that's the 1 hour. I beg your pardon. The 4 hour. The 4 hour is in the buy zone and seems to be respecting it. Materi, I'm going to agree with you. I like it. I like it. What do you guys think? I'm siding with Madeira on that one, and I'm siding with our trade, Gerard, because I thought it as well. The Euro NZD. Don't want to overexpose in the euro, by the way. If you got 3 long, don't go 4th long euro. If you've got 3 long and you got 1 short in the euro, like the CHF or something, that's not a problem because one hedges the other. But you don't want 4 trades in one currency going the same way. You can have 4 trades, which 2 are going one way or 1's going and 1 the other, or whatever. But you don't have 4 going the same way. But we can NZD and this one we can look at on that basis. I tend to I like it actually, Madeira. Antonio likes it. Samuel likes it. You see, again, I keep going on about this, guys. I need you. I would have missed that. Might be just if it goes wrong, I'm probably glad to miss it. But you know what I'm saying. I like it. Let's have a look. We call the gun. Let's just quickly say the NZD again. We don't want to miss this thing. Anyone want to join this now? We should look at the CAD first, the risk reward. There you are. We'll do the CAD first. What the hell? Right. Okay. I think it's too far down there. So we'll stick there. If you get stopped out, well, so be it. If you want to change it, tell me. And the problem's going to be the TP. Have to put it right out there. It's pushing it a bit, to be honest. 50, 40. I think it's just pushing it a bit. I have to play around with this a bit. $1.61. It's squeezing it a bit, guys. But that's it. Okay. I don't really want to make the stop any tighter. So yeah. But yeah, $110 a micro. You happy with that? You happy with the figures? Happy with the stop and everything? Happy with what I put up there? You want to adjust it a bit? Say so.
Roger,
Yep, go for it.
I see your reward risk ratio is 1.54.
Has
Do
to
you
move around.
keep it around there or around 2.5? Where do you keep your reward risk?
And normally, I keep my risk reward about 1.5 to about 2. If it's over 2, unless there's a very good cause for it, I bring it back to TP. Having said that, I can always modify it. And there's no harm in aiming at 10 and you're at 8, and you see that the momentum's there. The indicators are looking for further upside. Why not maybe partly take profit at 10 and then modify your stop loss to your TP to 12? So bottom line, in my opinion, but that'll do for the time being. Always remember, guys, I know a lot of guys are starting, that's your target, but whether you get there or not is another story. What happens if you get there instead and it starts coming off? You can either take it, but you got your stop not there anymore. You got your stop here and you stopped out. All right, you don't make that profit, but you make some profit. You get the idea. So this is the guide now, but not necessarily at the end. It's a bit like, remember, guys are about 45, 50 and older. When you're 18, you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life. Now you can, and you're 45, 50 or up. Are you doing the same thing you planned to do 20, 30 years ago? You get my point. You got to fit, you got to tweak it through life. You know what I'm saying? So the bottom line is the stop loss at that price is used to get yourself what volume. We don't know what volume. Thumbs suck till we do this. Now we know it's about 110 random, and then we know what position size. If we don't put a stop loss in, we'll say we'll go for it. What position size are you going to use? So bottom line is the SL I'm looking for, but the other aspect's a bit of a line in the sand on that. But yeah, the 149 seems to be holding, and it's seems to be getting a better price. What if I have a micro? But I like it. I like them both. Are we happy with that? Okay. Are we going for it? Madeira, you going to go for it? Gerard likes it. Sam likes it. So we'll put that up a trade. Am I right? Can I save this as a trade? Write it down and all that? Go. I'll do that then. Thanks. And we go to the NZD now. Okay. Right. It seems to be holding. Do you want to wait for the pullback? I can't help you on that because I'm not bloody sure myself. You're certainly going for Madeira. Yeah, was your idea. Good. You're going to back it. Some people don't. You'd be surprised, sir. You'd be very surprised. A great idea. Everyone goes for it. You said, you go for it on the demo, or no, I changed my mind. Thanks very much. But yeah, okay, good. So that's down. Right. What's the score? I don't know. Do we go in now or do we wait? What do we do?
I think what we normally do, let's just wait for it. Let's not deal with emotions.
Yeah, okay. In other words, yeah. Yeah, okay. It's not a, if we miss it, we got the other one. Let's not panic. There'll be plenty more trades. Let's be again, Jacob, like I say, tell everyone else be patient, but I can do a little bit of acting on my own medicine there. Should we be patient? Okay. All right, we'll do that. If you want to do it, you can do it. Okay, we'll be patient. We can always come back to it. It's not the end of the world. Okay, fair enough then. Good enough. Good enough, Vilna. Thank you. I presume I call you, it says Vilna Mini. Do I call you Mini or Vilna? Because I get sometimes the surname is the wrong way around to the first name and it comes up that, and I'm calling everyone by the surname, which I suppose, fair enough, it doesn't bother them. But I'm assuming it's Vilna. Forget these red. I don't know where they came from. Maybe just I don't know, refresh or whatever. But yeah, 4 hour. Okay. Thank you, Jacob. Just thought of you at that moment. That 4 hour is been rejected. Look at that. And I think it's attacked at a couple. I can't tell on that one. I'll be changing. So yeah, okay. Wait for pullback or a breakout above that. Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, we'll hang 5 on that. But I still like the idea. Thanks, Phil. Thank you very much. So I'll call him by the wrong persons, by the wrong name. Okay, yeah. So democratically agreed. We shall await. Good enough. Okay. 1 hour. Thank you. Don't forget the 1 hour. What was yeah, well, not really, but anyway, doesn't matter. We'll stick at that. Okay. Okay. What's the time now? 1/2. We'll have another look at about 15 minutes if you remind me. Okay. Okay. Gold seems, thank you, Jacob. I think you might be all right. A bit of patience might be the name of the game. It's pulled back a bit. I do like, that's the 15 minutes. I'm telling you hell of a lot, is it? I do like the 99. What's the price now? Sorry, what's the dollar doing now? Dollar strengthened a bit, might get more of a pullback. So that's the yields, sorry. Yields are going up a bit. Remember, yields go up, dollar comes down in theory. Sometimes it doesn't always happen. Dollar's still fairly weak, which is good for gold. So anybody understand that? Because I'm feeling people don't understand that. Why we have the yields on and why you have the dollar index on, and they're inversely proportional to gold. I'm assuming everybody knows that, but I made that mistake before and they don't know that. Okay. Why we have them on is because we know that if if the yields on the 10-year go up, then never mind all the economic deal behind you, learn as you go along. But the bullet point is yields up, dollar up, negative for gold and negative for the stock market, and or the other way around. So yields go up, the other one goes in the opposite direction. Just remember that. Inversely proportional means it goes in the opposite direction. Hope that's all clear. If not, of course, as always, say so. So because of that, maybe we just wait for the 1990, look at the yields, look at the dollar. They're still weakening a bit. Then we can start buying it to take it up and hopefully get this time goes to the 2000 mark. Okay, good. Right. Now, does everybody know how to cut your position, pair your position, partially close your position? I don't know, whatever you want to call it. because now we've got a quiet moment. Remember, this is just a momentary thing. If anybody wants to look at trade idea, always remember the rules of the TR is trade ideas, discussing trade comes first, discussion other stuff afterwards is obviously after, and when it's got a quiet period. Now, I know for a fact, but I've found in the past, a lot of guys don't know that. So if you've got more than one micro and you want to close your trade, you don't have to close the entire trade. You can close part of it. So if everybody knows that, I'm not going to waste your time. But if you don't know that, you've got to put your hand up and say, please explain. If you don't, I'll assume you do know it, and don't cry after you didn't. It's very important. Please explain. Right. Thank you. We normally don't do this on a loser. I'm already in ZCCHF. We normally don't do it on a loser. We normally do it on a winner. Okay. So what I'm in now, just look at the couples. I'm looking for a winner at the moment. This is my major winner. Look at these down the moment, but they'll probably come right. Gold, let's say I jumped in a little bit, but hey, I'm out of my that's not a problem. At least that's okay then. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so what did I do on that one? I think I took about $4 grand. That's all right. I'm out of it. I've obviously hit my stop. I rose my stop to just a second. I put my stop up to 1875. Yeah, I got stopped out. I modified my stop to 1875, so it's pulled back. Dollar's weakened a bit, no wonder. Okay, I start make a good profit there, no problem. Okay, right. Now, when you want to modify the stop loss, that's obvious. You see it says stop loss there, you double click on the box, the one you want to modify, and you modify, put your new stop loss in. We all know that. Right. What we don't all know, obviously, is you can cut your position. You can kind of lose if you want, no problem there, but I'm not going to do it. I'm sure you how to do it. Cut the position on this one. Now, how many have I got? I've got 10 micros or a mini. Okay, I want to cut, let's say 5. 5, argument's sake. It's not really falling, Jacob. It's just moving around with a quiet noise. Gold ain't falling. It's just drifting at the moment. If it comes down to the 1980 mark pretty quickly, then it's falling. At the moment, it's drifting. Okay, people suddenly forget on a 15-minute chart and think, wow, what's happening here? And then suddenly you realize come off 3-4 pips or something. Nah, it's nothing. Where were we? Yeah. Okay. So anywhere but that. But when I say that, everyone seems to get confused. So I'll just make it simpler. Where it says volume, doesn't really mind do it there, everyone. But anyway, volume, double click on the volume of the obviously chosen instrument, and the box comes up. Well, if you close your position, you just click on close on the yellow bar there. But then you're out the trade. So why do you want to do that? We want to partially close it. What's the volume we want to close? 5, 4, 6, whatever. Let's close 5. We're going to close 5 micros. So I'm going to put in 0.05 there. And then after I've done that, I click the close button and that'll change to 5 micros. Sorry, this guy, he'll change to 5 micros and that'll obviously half. That'll go from 80 or whatever to 190 or whatever it is. Are we any problems with that? Do you want me to do it again? Have you got that? If not, I'll do it again. It's important. Never mind, you need to do it again. I'll do it again. It's important. Everybody on the same page with that. I know Jacob and Antonio and all the others are. Don't worry about it. It's for guys just starting. We want to add them. It's simple. This is the whole point, Carlos. Thank you. Exactly. You'd be surprised the things been bugging you and give you sleepless night the last week. Took a flick of a switch to solve it, and you didn't even know it was that simple. You didn't realize because nobody explained it to you. You find a lot of that here. That's what I'm trying to do, guys. Is try to take this mystique out and suddenly find it's not quite as complicated as thought. What is complicated in this business we need to be concentrating on is the emotional movements of the market driven by emotions, which everyone has a different one. Carlo loves cricket and Solly likes football and Jacob likes rugby and Antonio likes tennis. You get the idea. And Antonio will say football's well rubbish, tennis is the best, and I don't know. Jake will say tennis is rubbish. You get the idea. Different emotion, different narrative, different biases, different beliefs, different blah blah blah. That often can create some funny moves in the market. We can't control that. But these stuff, as you quite rightly say, Carlo, it's not. Why people have difficulty, I'm pretty damn sure, because they think it's more complicated than it actually is. And there you are. It's as simple as that. Okay, do it one more time in case I said it's similar and I don't get it and I'm a bit embarrassed to ask. Highlight, obviously it turns blue the one you want to do. Double click on the volume pick the volume you want to close, click on the close button, and away you go. And don't please call me up and say, I've got 1 micro and I can't close half of it. Well, you can't, because 1 is the minimum. Okay, 1 micro, that is. Okay. You can't change volume, no. Once you're in, you're in. It's like going to the shop and no, it's like, I can't say the analogy. No, I mean, if you bought 10 shares, you can't suddenly, well, you can, well, that's like, if you want to change the volume of 10 shares, I see what you mean. You cut it to 5, yep. Or if you want to increase the volume, you have to open a new order. So you'll have 2 orders there. You'll have 10 shares in race, and another order will have 5 shares in race. Or you've got 10 in Amazon, then you open another, you order 5. So you've got 10 Amazon, $100, and you've got another 5 in Amazon at 90 or 110, or whatever it happens to be. So you just, to increase volume, open new order. To cut, not close, cut volume, you do what I've just shown you there. Does that make sense, Dion? How do, oh, hang on, close on negative trades. So in other words, you put your money on the lottery, you didn't win the jackpot, so you go around the shops and can have my money back. Is that what you're saying? I wish you could, mate. It didn't work that way. But you can close if you want, half. I've got a negative trade NZT-CHF as we speak. I can certainly do that. I can certainly trade on a negative. So I don't want to lose, but I'm holding. I can cut that, but I'll lose 125 and let the other run. You can do it on a negative trade, yeah, but you can't suddenly change your mind. So sorry, I'm a losing trade. I want my money back. No, if that's what you mean, but I don't think you do. Sorry, but you closing anyway. I usually use winning trades. I usually have a strategy on my loser. Very, very occasionally, I'll get out. I usually run with the strategy because I've done that in the past. Got out of it and taken a knock, and the thing's not hit my stop. Not hit my stop. I don't fiddle with the stop. Not hit my stop and turned around and done all right. I gave an example of GBP USD the other day. 80 was the stop. We went to 50, 55, nearly 61 stage, and I got in around figure 1.25. And I could have taken it. I thought, no, I'll stick with the strategy. I did. In the end, it came down, broke the 125, got down to 124.60 or something. I can't remember. Actually took a bit of a profit. So I normally stick with the strategy. My position size are very, very affordable. I'm not a high risk guy from the point of view of volumes. I don't go enormously big. I've got enough to just tug away and I chunter along and I do okay percentage wise. And that's the point. Okay. You got it, Dion. Sorry if I misunderstood there. Beg your pardon. Because somebody do get that. Can I change my volumes on the negative trade? I've had that, so I jumped in. Now they want their money back. No, it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Oh, yes, on that money back thing. Don't forget, guys, happens a lot. Hope you guys, the trade room, will learn this. That's why you're attending. Be careful when you go into a trade that you've got enough free margin. Doesn't matter what you got. If you've got 10 million in your account, and nobody's got that. Let's say you did, and you got 995,000 on the market, 5 grand in your account with 20 very large trades open, you're going to get margin called. And you can say, I've got all this money. Why do you close my trade, you bloody scammers? My answer to that is, the fact you called a scam is clearly telling me you have no idea what you're doing trading. So rather call me a scammer, rather go and learn how to trade first before you lose any more money. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't say that because I'm not going to be rude. But yeah, that means your margin called. But it's not before you made a trade, after. You've got 300 or 400 left. You can't go into another trade because after you've entered the trade, you won't have enough free margin. And don't try and start increasing your leverage. That's all it means, is just loan deposit and borrowing more money. And it won't make your balance any larger. It just makes your exposure higher and your risk higher. So just bear in mind, work out your risk and then make sure you got free margin. And be patient. Those are very important skills you need to discipline yourself on trading. If you want to get from here to Timbuktu at the speed of light, more than likely you're going to spend a night in jail rather than get there quicker. Just bear that in mind. You got your life ahead of you, mate. Build properly. Don't try and retire tomorrow, because the chances are you'll be broke tomorrow with that attitude. Horrible, but true. Been there. Just the same guy, been all the gamps, your emotions, religiously followed trade ideas all those ago, overexposed, went down the beach expecting to be, when I come back, I made another couple of grand. You know what I mean? And it's sort of thing, oh, hang on, woke up and smell a few roses. Let's just get these roses and reality sorted out so we can make this work. Okay, I don't like looking at trades all day because I tend to sort of fixate on them. I can't talk to you or anything else, so just get them out of the way. That's difficult, but try and make it happen. Just check them occasionally. Staring all day is an exercise in futility because your willpower ain't big enough to change market direction, I'm afraid. I wish it was. Okay, just to recap, I hope you can gain value. Remember, I'm a loud guy, but I'm a big softy, so don't worry about that. And I'm pretty sure I have a loudmouth Tom being straight with you and a smarmy guy giving you all sorts of nonsense. So I hope you're okay with that. Just so I'm a bit too ugly and old to change, but I mean well. Okay. And as mentioned before, it's going to be almost certainly fairly quiet today. So don't get frustrated. It probably will almost certainly be very quiet today. Okay. And going into the weekend. So any shares to look at, make a note of it. We'll discuss them tomorrow, but probably better on Monday, and then we can get them fresh off the press and ready to rock and roll. Don't forget, if anyone hasn't got my number and you got 2,500 equivalent US dollars in your account and you want to be a member of my VIP WhatsApp club, please WhatsApp me and let me know, and I'll add you to that club. Okay. If you haven't got my number, ask, and I'll put it on the live chat now. Okay. Please don't send me like a couple of guys did, and then finally got one guy said, "Oh, do you have to have it with?" He actually said that. Do you have to have it with this broker? Well, no, I mean, I'd like to buy your product, sir, but I'd like to give my business elsewhere. Are you okay with that? Huh? Obviously with us. And please, if you got a few $100 in your account, don't call me. I'll call you. I cannot offer any value. I think it was Gerard said about the yen. Unfortunately, missed that. Is Chris here? No, he ain't. Pity. Because he went in there. He went CHF and the US dollar against the yen. Smiling. I should get out. But I think we missed that, guys. So we get another pullback. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Are you good, Carlo? Okay, fine. Good stuff. At least you made it here. Good stuff. Understand. I'm probably closing up a little bit today. Anyway, it's only about 10 minutes to go anyway. Are you good, Carlo? Are you happy? You've got maybe busy getting stuff sorted there. You're learning stuff. That's the main thing. Becazela, Acona, newer guys. There's Cornet. Hope it start to see good stuff, Carlo. That's what I've got to solve your problem. There's no point jumping around all over the place and doing this and doing that. If your problem hasn't been sorted, you come to the doctor to be I'm a financial doctor, come here to be cured. Okay, so at least you're good. And most things is, I hope you can see, guys, a little bit of light out there, because the guys are Mike McLean and some of the others have been doing it for a while. They all started like myself somewhere. So hope you're seeing a bit of light. But I don't care how long Mike's been doing it, or the others, or myself. There are times when the market makes absolutely no sense. And I cannot tell you right now whether this will go from here on down to there or up to there. We take an overall viewpoint. Should I get out now, or will it go up a bit further? I can't say that at all. So what I normally do is say, stick to the strategy or modify stop loss. It has been a case, I think, probably a good idea to get out now. There have been times that will occur again, but a lot of the times I will probably say, stick with it. Because I don't want to come back and say, get out now, and then you do, and then it shoots off and you're not on board and in a profitable way. So Just bear that in mind. I cannot tell what the gold price is going to be in 5 minutes' time, but bottom line, but we all work on an air of probability. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Nobody can. And if somebody says they can, you sit by them for a couple of weeks, watch them prove it. Okay, any other questions? We've got a few minutes if you want to discuss anything. I'm free to do that, absolutely. But I don't want to waffle away if we've covered everything and you're all good. Because I don't think we'll get any more trade ideas next few minutes, that's for sure. In fact, we'll probably get any more till tomorrow morning if we get one there. It's going to be so quiet, but we'll look. You're all good, Modiri. Thanks. Thanks for the idea. Oh, that's a point. Thanks for your idea. What's it doing? Thank you. Thank you. Your name just remind me. What was it again? The UAR CAD. It was a buy, wasn't it? Just make sure. UAR CAD was a buy at 07 or better, which is lower. Yeah, we've already got a few pips going, which is not bad in a slow coach day today. So far, so good. Well done, Modiri. Thank you, Carlo. Fantastic. Do what the guys do, interact, and we can learn. So now, Carlo, if you haven't done already, first thing after here is go along to the live chat and get your positions out. Everybody there, not just yourself, everybody, get that calculator on your laptop. Very important. Okay. Thanks, guys. Cheers. See you tomorrow, Pooty.